Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. Wow, saying that feels so good. 2020 was a wreck, but hello, if you are new, my name is Jillian. Thank you for clicking on this video. You should definitely subscribe to stick around for more content this year. I feel like we've been completely robbed of our year and it's been absolute garbage, but we are moving on. We're moving forward. The train has left the station. Moving on to bigger and better things. That is what I'm gonna say, even though I said that last year and, well, we all know how that turned out. Today is a very fun video. I haven't done a sit-down video like this in a very long time. I typically do vlogs, lifestyle, travel type content, but I decided to sit down today, have more of a casual chat with you guys, make a wallpaper for the new year for some inspiration for my goals. I did one of these when I got my MacBook back in June, so I decided to make another one because it's time to switch it up a little bit. We got new goals, we have new things to focus on this year. I did a video like this last year and some things I definitely did accomplish and some things I definitely did not. For this year, when setting my goals for 2021, I really tried to make them goals that weren't out of my control, if that makes sense. Things like travel restrictions and all that kind of stuff, that is all out of my control. One big thing I took out of 2020 is just take things day by day. I'm a very big planner. I set my goals, I have my planner, I write everything down, but I just feel like for this year, I am going to just take it day by day, focus on more little things than giant things, but the big things that I have written down, they are definitely important to me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's just get started. I have my notebook here. I wrote down everything in here and I have my laptop. I'm going to screen record so you kind of can see what I'm doing. I guess I should show you the first part of my screen so you kind of get an idea of what everything looks like on my laptop. So this is my screen. We have a lot of quotes. We have a lot of travel related things. Half of these pictures I took myself, like the picture of Tyron and I, the picture in Cape Town, another picture in Cape Town, Tyron and I, this coffee and MacBook, these palm trees, this coffee here, and then the rest of them are like quotes and just random stuff I found on Pinterest. That's kind of what I'm doing again this time. I'm going to use some of my own pictures and also use some pictures from Pinterest. I'm not trying to necessarily make this like the most like color coordinated wallpaper. First, I'm going to open Canva. If you don't have Canva, highly recommend getting it. So I went into Canva and I typed in the size for my MacBook Pro 13-inch screen. Now I am all set up and ready to go with my goals. I already downloaded the pictures just so it would be easier for all of us in this video. So for my 2021 goals, I have them written out on a page right here. I really did not do too many. I separated them between a lot of different categories. So we have YouTube, work, financial, travel, and personal because that is like the main areas of my life. I don't really have many other things that I focus on at the moment or that I want to necessarily focus on at the moment. So I guess let's start with YouTube because you guys are here and you guys are the ones watching this video. So let's start there. The first goal I have, this is something that every small YouTuber wants to reach because it's like just the threshold for accomplishing something. Like, of course, everyone behind those numbers is a person watching your videos, which is so cool to think. But just when you hit a certain number, it's just a big milestone. In 2021, I want to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That is big. The second goal I have is more of like a to-do that I just need to check off, and it is to buy a camera. I have a few in mind, but I don't have an exact one yet, but I do have a few. I film all my videos on my phone, which is lovely, but I would really like to step up my quality this year. I feel like I've been wanting to do that for quite a while now. It'll just be really nice to step it up a little bit this year. The last thing that I want to do, this is definitely something that if the opportunity arises, I will hop on, but it's also not something that is like a pressing matter. But if possible, I would like to invest in Final Cut Pro It's an editing software for YouTube. It just makes things a lot easier. It makes your videos a lot better, but it is a nice hefty $300. So I'm kind of holding off on that right now. That is not a priority in the slightest. Those are all my YouTube goals. I didn't want to do anything crazy. 1,000 subscribers is crazy enough. Like right now I have 307 subscribers going into this new year, which is insane. Hello everyone. But the thought of having like 693 more people here watching my videos is crazy. So that is a big goal. But those are my YouTube goals. Now let's move into my work goals. My work goals. I really want a consistent full-time job with benefits. This year I did have a full-time job when I got home. I was very, very fortunate. Right now, because I don't have a degree, I'm kind of just saving money as I figure out what I want to study a little more and get that underway. So I really would like a full-time job. I'm currently working in like hospitality and restaurants. I document a lot of that in my work week vlogs, just what the day-to-day is like. And as much as I love where I am, I do not have benefits like all the insurance and all of that, so I would like to have that just in case. Unfortunately, that is not free in America like it is in many other countries. So I would like to find a full-time job with benefits. I just feel like it would make my life a lot easier. That is my one work goal this year, besides me only working one job. If I have to work 2 jobs again this year, I will. But if I can find a job that pays decent enough where I'm making a good amount of money like I am right now working 2 jobs, then that would be ideal. But that's not something I'm like really trying to force right now, because I'm just trying to be realistic right now, and I feel like I need more work experience in order to get there. But if not, if I don't need more experience and I get lucky and I really work my ass off, then maybe it'll all fall into my favor, you know? My financial goals are very personal, and I don't want anyone to think that because this is my goal means that this has to be your goal or anything like that. I'm just giving you some inspiration, telling you what my goals are, being fully transparent with you guys. First financial goal I have is to pay off my student loans. I had to pay about $5,500 for my first semester of college. As we know, I did not carry on with my schooling at the moment. I want to emphasize that. So I still have to pay that, obviously, and I would like to pay that before it accumulates too much interest on it. So my goal for 2021 is pay off my student loans. I want it paid off by the middle of the year, so I will keep you guys updated on that. The second financial goal I have, this is something very personal, like I said, but I want to have $45,000 saved by the end of 2021. Looking at the money that I was able to make this year from working not only 2 jobs, but even just 1 job, I definitely can make that this coming year. When I started 2020, I had no job and I was in Spain, and Tyron and I were traveling. My goal was to have $10,000 to $15,000 saved by the end of 2020. And I only worked, I want to say 5 months out of the year. If I can save as much money as I did this year, and could have saved more because of said reasons, I definitely think I can hit $45,000 by the end of the year, but that's obviously going to depend on a few other factors, which I will go into a little later into this video, because there are goals that kind of intersect and one kind of leads to another and all of that. So my travel goals for this year, as someone who loves to travel, you all know, I do not have any travel goals but one. I only have one travel goal this year, and that is to go to more cities in the US. As much as I love traveling internationally, I have not really explored the US at all, and I feel like there are so many places that I know about and know of and just feel like I've been to because of social media and YouTube videos, and just living in the US, you kind of know a lot about the 50 states, but the US is so diverse. Deserts and forests and waterfalls and beaches and cities and little towns and so many different things. Yeah, so I really want to do that. I was telling Tyron about that on the phone today. It's something I would love for him and I to do more. because I've only been to Chicago and I've been down to Orlando in Florida, and other than that, I have barely explored the US. I've been to Boston because I'm 2 hours from it, and I've also been to New York City because I'm 2 hours from it, but I haven't been there in quite a while. And that leads me to my picture here. Picture of good old New York City. All I can hear is Frank Sinatra right now. So I haven't been to New York City in quite a long time, and I would love to go back. I can hop on a train right now and be to New York in 2 hours, but I think because it's so close, you know, I'm like, oh, I can get to that another time, like, oh, another day, but I haven't been there in forever. So I need to go back. The last few goals I have are personal goals. Some of them are very small and some of them are a little bigger. So I have 10. This is what I was talking about earlier, as like a lot of these are like my day-to-day things. The first goal, this is something I've been putting off for so long. I thought I would hate doing this, and now this is all I want in my life. I want to get contacts. I take my glasses off to film, so every single vlog, every sit down video, I don't have my glasses on. I don't like my glasses. I don't like the way I look in them anymore, and they are a pain in the ass. Like, what if they break randomly? I'm screwed. I can't see for shit. So I really want to get contacts. I feel like they are definitely like a shift in your day-to-day, but I think it's something that I will be very thankful for. I don't feel weird about touching my eye, so I don't think I'll have that many issues with contacts. The second goal has to do with reading. Now, I set a reading goal last year to read 1 hour daily. I did this in the first few months of 2020, and I loved it. I was going through books left and right, and then I came home, started working, I got a second job, and I haven't read a book in a few months. I have an Instagram highlight for books, and I can't even tell you the last time I posted in it because I have not read. So my goal this year is to read 1 book a month. That way I don't have to commit to a time goal per day or anything like that. I can just read it all in one day if I want to, or 1 week or 2 weeks, or randomly throughout the month or something like that. I just feel like that is gonna be the best way to kind of go about reading books, and I want to also read books that I just like enjoy, which I never read like books I don't like, but fiction books and self-help books, those are my 2 favorites. I like mystery as well. I really would like to get into reading again. I used to be the biggest reader ever. I would sit up till like 4 a.m. before school when I was younger and just read just to finish the book. So I want to get back on that. That leads us to our next picture. There is this very aesthetic Pinterest picture I found of a coffee and a book, and I just feel like that just fits my whole vibe. That is me in a nutshell, coffee and a book. I'm definitely gonna move these pictures around, but this is what we have so far. So if you want to keep up with my books, follow me on Instagram. It is just at Jillian.Daigle. I post a lot of stories. I love my stories. I'm trying to get better at posting normal pictures, which actually leads me to my next point. My next goal for 2021 is to take more pictures. There is a picture of Tyron and I, and a picture of one of my besties, Holly, and I, from right before Holly left to go back to Northern Ireland. It was like one of the last times we hung out, and we took pictures that night. And looking back, I love those pictures so much of Tyron and I love those pictures of Holly and I might even put them in my collage. I always feel like I have very great memories of just times that I've spent with people, and that's obviously why I'm not taking pictures, because I'm enjoying my time with them, but I really do enjoy having pictures to look back on and remember the night and to visualize it and see it and just like be there again for a second. So one of my goals for this new year is to take more pictures. We are putting that right on the board. I said I wasn't gonna have like a color theme, but I'm kind of liking like the warm vibes we have going here. All right, this next goal is actually a really big one, and it is probably one of my main goals for this year, and it is definitely a personal goal. This is something that I wanted to do this year and couldn't do. This kind of like goes hand in hand, but I want Tyron and I to live in the same place. If you didn't know, my boyfriend is from South Africa, and because of COVID, he is there still, and I am here, and we are not together. And we want to live in the same country. We lived in the same country for a year, And for about 6 months of that, we were in the same place. The other 6 or 7, we did long distance, and then we traveled, and then I had to come back home, and he had to stay there thanks to COVID. So I would love us to be able to live in the same place, and I want to get an apartment. That is also one of my goals for this year. That is something that would make me really happy, very fulfilled, because I feel like the past 6-7 months I've just been going through my daily life, like just going with the motions. Like, I'm living at home right now, which is totally fine. There is nothing wrong with living at home, but I just feel very ready to move on to that next step. So with that being said, I am pulling up a picture on my laptop from Pinterest. It is a picture of a kitchen. We both really like white. I know that's super basic, but I just feel like it's just nice. It's calming. It's bright. It puts me in a good mood. So there's this picture that I found on Pinterest that is a white kitchen, and I love it. That is officially on the board. So we got some good ones happening here. All right, this next goal, it's just coming from 2020. It is just overlapping, and that is to study/start a new program this year for school. I have things in mind that I haven't talked to any of you about yet, so I think I know what I want to do, but I just haven't talked to you guys about it yet, and I'm not going to until the time comes. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because we have some very exciting things. That is another goal this year. Moving on to goal number 6 for my personal goals for 2021. I want to stretch daily. I have been off my stretching game, off my yoga game. I don't know what it is. What I've noticed with myself is when I'm in a good headspace and I have a good routine down is when I do all the things, and the moment I don't do any of the things that fulfill me. And right now I don't make the time for those things that fulfill me. My body is always tight, so I really want to make sure I'm getting more yoga in, more stretching in. That is a goal we have this year. This 8th one is kind of fun. I want to run a 10K. Now that might seem so random, but I fell in love with running actually in lockdown, because we couldn't do anything because Cape Town was on full lockdown. The only thing we could do was like stay in our home base, basically. Like, you couldn't even exercise outside on the street. We were very lucky to have this like roof to a garage, and we ran on it, and I would run miles. I took you guys along with that. Like, I ran my first 5K there, and then when I got home, I started falling off that again. Austin and I try to run every now and then, but we haven't in a while, and I really want to push myself this year with my fitness goals. I feel like this isn't something I talk about too much because I just don't, but it is something I really enjoy. I just haven't focused on it enough, but I would really like to run some kind of race, like a 10K. I feel like a 5K would be too easy for me to train for. This is more about like the training aspect, and then like running the actual race itself. Like, to train for a 5K I think would be pretty easy, but for a 10K, that is a whole nother story. The 9th goal, this is something that this is something I still can't get myself to do, so that's why I put it on my goals list, because I feel like writing it down holds me accountable. I want to get a tattoo this year. I have been wanting a tattoo for so long, and I have not gotten one, and I've been a little baby, and it's not because of the actual needle on my skin. Like, that doesn't freak me out. I will say tattoo shops are a little intimidating. I don't know why, but they just are for me. I think it's because I just don't have any, so I feel like a total like innocent little rookie going in there. But I think I haven't, because the thought of something staying on me permanently kind of freaks me out a little bit, because I like things and then I move on from them. There is one that I've been thinking about for probably a year now, and I love it. This vision board is basically New York City, coffee, book, and apartment. I am going to add more stuff as we go. The 10th goal that I have is to experiment with fashion more. I feel like this was definitely a 2020 goal, and I'm carrying this one over too, because this is something that I really want to try more of, but because I've been in such a savings period this year, I haven't spent too much on clothes, like money-wise, but I really enjoy dressing up and fashion and putting outfits together, and I just feel like I haven't had a chance to like really dive into that more. I wear very basic pieces, but I think I can still like try different things. So we'll see. That's definitely a goal that I want to accomplish this year, but I don't know how you can really measure if you accomplish that or not. I guess it's just however I feel at the end of the year. Then the last goal is a fitness goal. It's basically, I literally wrote down train in big letters, aka get back on my shit, because I feel like I haven't done that in forever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope 2021 treats all of us a lot better than this past year did, but we're not going to speak of her because she betrayed us, so we're just gonna move right along. I hope you have a great start to your year, and I hope your year continues to be great. Remember guys, mindset is everything. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. So comment down below what one of your goals is this year, or all your goals, or whatever. Speak that shit into existence. And Happy New Year. I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.